Okay. So I just wanted to show you guys, because I know some of you are using, let me get open. I gave you guys um, this website to use in case your computer doesn't have NetBeans or can't load it. And the thing is, it's a little bit weird because um, there's nothing here for you to do GUI, because the GUI one that is there, I think I posted that one too. It looks like it's going to take a while to get it to like run some of the things. At least this one here, you can just click run. Obviously, it takes a few seconds. There you go. Eating up valuable video time here. Web editor, but it should run, and it should just say hello world, which will probably. Okay, there. Finally ran. There it is. So it just ran. That's it. Done. Um, if we're doing this, or if for whatever reason you don't want to do GUI, because that's fine, what I want to do is in the same thing here, in the same one, we had this main class that we didn't even touch. I'm just going to do the code as if we were not using GUI. So make sure that you import the scanner, because the scanner is what's going to run all those things. And we just want to import. Now we did star a few times, which imports everything. When we're trying to make code that's efficient, we want to only import the things that we need. So for sure today, I know I only need that one. So what we need to do is we need to make the scanner. So we do scanner, call it input is equal to a new scanner. And we're going to see, the really cool thing is with Java, is we start using these things that are here that are made for us, but we don't really understand why we're using things like new scanner. But we will, because we're actually going to make our own things. So the scanner is an object. Every object, you have to make a new one. Every time you're making one from scratch, you make a new one. And this scanner here, this word scanner with the brackets, is called a constructor. It does what it says there. It just makes that scanner. And the input type that it has for this one here, I've told you before, means system.in, means whatever the input is from the computer. So for us, that's the keyboard. For most systems, that is the keyboard. With the scanner, you actually can read and write from files as well, but we won't be doing that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to ask for dot println, and what we're going to do here is please enter your starting unit of measurement. And I'm going to tell them which ones there are: mm, cm, m, km. So with our scanner, we always need to put our prompt first. So for the scanner, we always need a prompt first, and then we get the input. And we got to store it somewhere. So string, what did I call it in this one here? 2. There we go. So string 2 is going to be equal to input dot next line, and that gets the next line gets the whole thing as a word, and then it stores it into that string. So it gets from the up until you hit enter. Now, what we need to do is make sure that sorry, I keep forgetting that this time that I keep going is when the train comes by. Yeah, we hear your train. Okay. Um, so the one thing that the scanner has an issue with is getting a word, a number, and a word again. So what we're going to do is we're going to we're just going to get where it's going from, where it's going to, and then we're going to get the value. Please enter the ending unit of measurement, which is inches, feet, yard, mile. And then you can't call it the same thing, so from is going to be that one. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to please enter your starting value. And it's not going to be it's not going to be that. What we're actually going to do is I'm actually going to call it double. And what did I call it here? I can't call it input now. Measure is equal to input dot next double. Then what I'm gonna, so that finds the number that's there, makes it into a double. To capture, because you're gonna press enter, and that doesn't get captured. So what ends up happening is when you try to do another next line, to capture that, so we can use the scanner again in case we wanted to. Use the scanner again. What we're going to do is just input dot next. And this just grabs that enter, stores it nowhere, and then moves on. So then in case we wanted to take more information, that's kind of how you force it to do that. I think, Alex, you and I did that a few times. So, so far, it looks exactly like what we've done with, it looks like exactly what we've done with the GUI. The only thing different is we're prompting it, so it's all going to show up as text. Now I am going to add in, some manual spaces here, because what'll happen is, undo that one. What's going to happen here is everything's going to appear line by line by line, which is going to be really tedious to look at. So these are just forcing it to actually space out. So if you see here, okay, run. All right. Please enter your starting unit, millimeter. Please enter your end unit, inches. So see how I put in that manual space? Please enter your value, 50. And nothing's really happened there. We can keep looking, enter as many times as we want. It's not going to do anything. There's nothing left. So now this is where we need to set up our if statements. So I'm actually just going to steal this right here, because this is all the same, except for the fact that we're going to have to just change a couple things. I'm just copying this over. I am pasting it here. So cancel this importing, because we don't need these things. But instead of output area, all we have to do is just basically change all these to a system.out. So I clicked cancel on the import, because what it was trying to do was it was trying to get these methods from the other file and just be like, use those ones. But I don't actually want to do that. The crazy thing is, though, so this is our main method where we write everything where it's going to run. Now to do our real methods, the ones that we make, we have to actually run them. We actually have to make them exactly like we did here. So the nice thing is I can actually just copy. Oh, that's too much. Actually just copy this, And if I paste it down here, it's all just, so it's not going to be input. What did I call this one? Measure. It's actually exactly the same. It's just the only difference is instead of just doing your 2 lines of just get these things, like you put half your work into setting up this frame when we do it with the GUI, and then you're just spending the other half doing this, or maybe you spend more in the design and less in the code, or vice versa. But here you're spending equal parts time in the code. So again, I'm just gonna steal this, and obviously I did the other code on my other computer, so I don't have the final ones here. But basically, these are all working now, and they should be fine. So if we look at, no, not try to do F5 like we would do in Python. So if I did millimeters to inches, enter my starting value of 50. Uh-oh. Wonder if we don't need that input.next. What if I commented that out? I wonder if that's messing it up. So there you go. Now you know I don't do everything perfect either. Well, I think you already knew that. 50 millimeters. Error. Uh-oh. Delimiter, white space position, need the prefix. Oh, this is why. I need to switch these two up. This should have been from, and this should have been to. This can stay as from. I think that's where my biggest issue is right now. From millimeters to inches, 50 millimeters. Delimiters, white space position. Okay. So I have to do 50.0. If this keeps going, I am going to pause the video and then come back to you when I fix the error. Okay, I'm going to stop the video for now. So this will be 2 parts because I don't want you to sit here for 5 minutes or so while I'm doing this.